Very well then. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Just in time. My coffee has arrived. Nice. Okay. How are you people? Last I left you guys with an assignment. I have received many submissions. Is there anybody who has not submitted yet? Whose submission is not still with me? Is there anybody one such? Pratham, Aditya, I think I did not receive your submissions. Okay. Meanwhile, those who have submitted, how did you people find it? How was it? How did it go? Confusing, easy, terrible. Come on, guys. ETC. Easy, terrible, confusing. Every time I have to do, this multiple choice kind of thing with you. Okay. Nikhil, confusing. That is coming as a surprise to me because I was going to particularly mention your name that you have done a fantastic job at the assignment. Nikhil, Harika, and to my surprise again, I think Shubhangi is not here. She came late. She is not from a programming background, and yet she did a terrific job. Yeah, Nikhil, seriously, seriously. I was not expecting that level of work, really, honestly. Harika, you too did a fantastic job. Fantabulous. Awesome to see. Particularly knowing that you are not from our background. And okay, this is also a good thing to see if you are teaming up. So do team up. I think I gave you a free hand. If you want to take help of each other, you can go ahead, sure, by all means. Just don't share codes like that. But good to see. Well, before continuing to something new, I want to go through this project. I want to run you through one another approach, which is my approach, by the way. I am not saying this is the best approach, and I will not say that this is the only one approach and this is the way it should go ahead. Okay, ठीक है अभिमन्यु and Nikhil, enough of that Oscars. ठीक है, let's get back. Yeah, enough of rhetorical. Let's get back. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm saying, or maybe you can tell me if you wish to, because many of you said you were confused by that, by the proceedings. So I want you to show one approach which could have been, which is not best approach, which is not the only one possible approach. You may have taken a different approach, and all approaches are good, as it was your first taste of a data set. This was a data set. Declare, Bollywood was not a data set. That was a joke. Iris and empty cars, they are not data sets. They are just, they are good for fun, okay for fun, but really, okay, seems like a good idea. What do you say? Should we do that way? What do you guys say? Should we do that? Or should I move ahead if you are settled with this, so we can move ahead to something else. So please speak out. Meanwhile, Aditya, you are presenter now. Please share the screen. Let's see what you are struggling with. हाँ ठीक है आदित्य हो तो गया इट इज डन run the required declare first right right and it is there. Now you can use, you see there is summarize function. You may check group by also. There is the help document. Done. I hope that's settled. Anything else Aditya? Maybe switch on your mic and tell me if it is good to go. I will do something else. Well, I'm taking that as a thank you. And what about others? Guys, you didn't speak. Should I show you once? Okay, I think I will show you and you will gain some insight. I don't know if everybody for now. Could you find out how to read a text file? There was a CSV file. You know already how to read CSV file, but how to read text file? You figured that out. And CSV file, okay, as the CSV file. Aditya, now it is no point because everybody has submitted. You know, deadlines are there for a purpose. And I already gave you ample time. I gave you yesterday the whole day. We called off the session also. It was not very nice of me. It was due to some selfish reason of mine. But anyway, it helped you. Yes or no? I am discussing this project now, so it will um, not do any good now. We read both the files and then what was your thought of doing it? Well, you had a table for your help. Yes, let's start answering questions and we will be working towards the analysis. That was the idea. So it's asking how many unique companies are in rounds, how many unique companies are in companies. So maybe just your old habit from school. Let's go through the question paper first, right? So we got the idea what are the questions here. Let's try to answer a few. First question, how many unique companies are in round 5? So this is the round 5. What we have talked umpteen number of times that before we answer any questions, before we go to analysis, let's try to understand what is the data set we are dealing. So you realize this was a data set of a startup funding. There are investors who are funding some startups, and it was the data all about. It is taken from crunchbase.com. So I specifically mentioned that in your problem statement. Do you realize what is this data? What is the data in company file? What is the data in round file? The first column is permalink. What is that? What is name? What are the names? You realize that? Anybody? Mind you, you have already done analysis. Lots of people sleepy, sleepy in the morning. It is not early morning, for God's sake. You must be in your home at least. I'm in the office. Name is equal to company name. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. See, permalink, the unique key, which you have understood in your SQL module. There is name, name of the company, name of the startup which was funded, but they are not relying on name. They are creating a permalink. They are calling it permalink, and they have created something unique for each company. Why? Why would somebody do that? Can name be same for two companies? As a matter of fact, yes, it may be. There may be companies with same name. To identify each company uniquely, they have created permalink, which is unique key or primary key here. Okay, because names can be same. What about homepage URL? Can homepage URL be also the same? What is homepage URL? It is basically website. Can website be the same for two companies? Maybe name is same. Name is same. Now that is taken. What falls from the top of my head is there is a Manthan software in India and there is a Manthan software in Sweden. There is a data arc in India. There is a data arc in UK. So companies can be of same name, but website. Then why do you need this primary key? Anybody? Can you think of something? Your website will be unique for each company. Then I can use this as unique, Why do I need to create one extra column for formalin kind of thing? Websites are unique for each company. I'm done because 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 website may be missing. Maybe the may be possible. So Crunchbase is not relying whether a company has a website or not, whether they disclose it or not. They have their own system. They will create a unique key, and the company will be listed. Okay, got this. I will mention several things like this in this project. That is the reason I am explaining this because I know you have done fantastic job at this. Calculation is one part, creating the code is one part, but understanding business that is another thing altogether. I hope you will notice that you have got another kind of insight once I am done. Okay, then these companies have they have given category list which category their business lies in. Some companies are media, some are curated web, software, game. There are companies who have multiple businesses. So they have mentioned it with a, what is this? Oblique sign? No, that's or operator. It is that written as text here, right? So they have separated if they have multiple business, they have separated those sectors like with that Python. Then there is a status. Status means whether company is operating or inactive or has it been sold or taken over by somebody else, that kind of. Okay. Then country code, very fine. And in country code, do you see something? Do you see something? This is not NA. This is not NA. This is what? This is just white space, blank. Did you guys notice this when you were doing it? It is not NA. Why does that happen? Those who have background, they will understand this. Sometimes you will encounter these kind of things. You know, where your data entry operator is entering data. So sometimes these kind of characters enter. If it is a white space, it will look blank. So R will not be able to read it as NA because there is a character here. There is white space. Okay. There are the people who are from coding background, they will know. You know how does enter is recorded? If you press enter, your data entry operator is entering the data, and to go to next line, he pressed enter. Just you know how enter is recorded? Somebody, it is backslash n. Actually, it is not. It is a character there, which is invisible. Okay, so R will record it that there is something, but you will not be able to see. So that is why not NA, but blank, white space. So that is happening. Okay, anyway, it is there. So there are some companies, I don't know their country codes, where which country they belong to. The state code, okay, within country there is some state, region, okay, Mumbai, Delaware, Beijing, okay, okay, so got to city and founded it. So this is your company's data set. What else you got? What else you got? Another data set is your round data set. What do you have here? Okay, company permalink. Round keeps the data. There is the data, which company was funded, when and where, and how much. That kind of. So we are identifying this company permalink so that I will know which company we are talking about. So that is company permalink. Then we went to funding round permalink. This seems to be the unique key for round file. Further we come to funding round type. Okay, funding round type. Which type of funding has happened in this funding round? Funding round code ABC, further information funded at, what is the date of funding, and the raised amount in US dollars. How much amount was raised? in this funding round. And here we see something. Here we see something infamous, which we already know. Some missing values. Okay, let's begin. First thing to notice, I don't know how many of you have noticed it already. You see that this permalink is same as this permalink. It is just that case is different. Alright, problem. Here you see there is uppercase and lowercase. On the other hand, in your company's file you see it is always proper case. First letter capital, rest small. First letter capital, rest small. So it is going to wonk my analysis sooner or later. So for that, first things first, let's convert it to one single case. So I'm converting it to lowercase in rounds also and in companies also. Now this is okay, lowercase. But this problem can be at other columns also. Yes or no? How do you correct that? There are other columns also. I don't know. There can be uppercase or lowercase problem. We have done that. Yes. So you can do SFI, and we have seen perhaps mutative also. You have seen. We have seen mutative also, no? Yes or no? Maybe go figure it out. If you don't remember, you should try that. Find this function, mutative. It comes in handy many a time. SFI, if you are able to do with SFI, then it is okay. So now I have converted all the characters to lowercase of both the data frames. So now I am sure there is no uppercase left. So there cannot be any case mismatch. Good enough. Let's start answering questions. How did you people answer? I don't know. We can do it. There can be n number of methods. What did the question ask? How many unique companies are in round 5? So let's count the company permalink. Let's find the unique company permalink and check the length. So there are this many. How have you done it? Will you drop me there quickly? How you people are doing it? Everybody. I would like to see different methods you people have done. Let's do it this way. Let others also see how you have submitted your assignment. Oh, very fantastic. Manually. What do you mean by manually, Nikhil? Manual. It cannot be manual, It must be in Excel at least. Tell me, did you people look for help on Stack Overflow? So start referring that there because it is going to be a big help. And that is why I am running this. So that is why I am spending time that you will know. You have done something. You have done something, and maybe your result is also correct, but start doing the right thing. So there could have been, you see, what you have done. You have done so many things, and I don't know whether you ended up with this answer or not. If you ended up with this answer, that's good. But there could have been efficiency in your code. Yes? What is that? There is a unique function. I am selecting only company permalinks in round 5 which are unique. Once I have that they I saved it as a vector j. I will see the length of vector j. I will get the number of elements. There it is. So this is one way. I will show you another way. Second question is number of unique companies in company's data file. There is a function nDistinct in dplyr which does exactly what is asked. It will, now I am not going to two steps. I will do unique and do length. I am saying do both. Find out the distinct company permalinks and count them. You see, one function, half line of code, three, 4 words. That's it. Fair? Okay? Although nothing wrong. At least as long as you are getting the answers correct, your analysis is going just fine. Your analysis is not wrong. So that is of paramount importance. Code comes second. Question number 3. What does it say? In company's data frame, which column can be used as unique key for each company? Okay, we tried to figure that out. We understood that. How? In company file, which column can be used as primary key? We figured that out. Permalink, alright. Name, well, obviously, name should not be considered. Homepage URL we were thinking about. That website could be there, but should be there. Website can act as permalink, but should we rely on that? Let's find out. I'll show you something. We have just seen and distinct function. So let's put this to use. If I s apply and distinct on company's data frame, what is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with this piece of code? Don't type, just think about it. Tell me what your idea is going to happen. It will count distinct values of each column. Yes, that's what it does. As apply, sub पे apply, applied. You see, permalink. How many permalinks? Permalinks are as many as there are number of rows in company's database. That means in each row, company's permalink is unique. So there are this much distinct values as much as there are rows in this dataset. So obviously it is primary key. You see, can name do the same? It is not happening. Unique values of name are 300 lesser than number of rows in dataset. What do you say about homepage URL? There's that. Yes or no? So maybe there are homepage URL may not be duplicate name, but maybe missing, maybe not disclosed, something, maybe an operator, whatever. So we cannot rely just on faith. Very fine. So far so good. Question 3 answer. Question 4. Are there any companies in round 5 which are not present in company 5? Okay. What do you say? How did you code for this? How will you check for this? Question 4 is saying, are there any companies which are present in round 5 but not present in company 5? Answer is no, but could you find out how did you code for it? How will you verify that? Okay, this is something Ashu has done. Some duplicated master files ये कहाँ पास गए? First thing, get the idea. If some time ago we saw there are number of distinct companies that is same, but are they the same company? Jyoti, your batch has 15 students, and there is another batch which has 15 students. So can I say these are the same batches? Obviously not. I'm getting the idea. So, Ashu, you have done fantastic use of the N utility. How did you find out? I think I did not explain this. To start exploring the, see, there are practically infinite number of functions, thousands and thousands of functions. Even I don't know. And then on top of that, there are packages which are written. Okay, so start exploring things. What Ashutosh has done is there is an operator which checks for what? Remember the set theory of maps. It is checking whether this set of values are present in this set of values. Irrespective of the index, it does not mean index number 1 should be equal to index number 1. This is data set 1, this is data set 2. It is not talking about index. That 1 should be 1, 2 should be 2. What was the operator for that? It was double equal to. That would have done that. So we are not interested in indices now. I want to see whether company permalinks of round files are available in company file, permalink column. Yes or no? So what it will do, it will pick up the first value and match it with complete value. If if it gets the match here, it's true. If it doesn't find it on any index, false, then false. So that is how this in utility is going to work. This is also part of the class. So if I see, so how many indices I am asking? How many permalinks are there in round 5? Think about it. How many? There are this many, 1,40,000 something. Yes. So I will end up printing true and false for these 1,14,000 values. So there are 14. So these are, you see, 1,000 it has printed and it has omitted 1,13,000 something. So there are, I say true only, but not false. But how do I know? There is a print of true and false of 1 lakh something value. How do I know? Yes, we can sum it up. If we sum it up, I will find out how many truths were there. So let's sum. What do I see? How many truths are there? As many as there are values, which means I have found all the company permalinks of round 5 in companies permalink of companies. Perfect match. So that means answer to the question number 4 is no. There is no company outside. So far so good. Question number 5. It says merge the two data frames so that all variable columns in company's frame are added to rounds. Now mind you, this is not binding. Remember joins in SQL? It is that kind of thing. Yes, got it. Merge is something different. So what is the code you have written to merge this? Drop me quickly. Those who are there. Everybody, jot down the code to merge these two data sets. By permalink. By permalink. Okay. Yes, Mona. First we have to change the column name. Because the column name on basis of the common column on basis of which you want to merge, that is permalink, but the column name is different. In this data set, it is called company permalink. In another data set, it is called just plain permalink. So column name should be changed first. Another thing which you can do is, which I prefer to do, there is facility in merge function. You can define by. So if you say by, so column name should be the same. I can say it by X and by Y. So X means this data frame, Y means this data frame. So by X and by Y, I can mention what is the, if column names are different, I can use this also. So question 5 was to merge it. Okay, it is taking a few seconds. And then we see number of rows of master data frame. That's what it has asked. Very fine. This brings us to the end of table number 1. What we have done so far is we have cleaned the data a little bit and we have just standardized our data. Now our data is ready for analysis. Remember data anomaly, data cleaning, data manipulation. So we have done that little bit, tweaking this and that, and now our data is ready to go further. Checkpoint 2. What does it say? Table number 2. It is asking average funding amount of venture type. Okay. How have you done it? Can somebody drop me the code? How to calculate that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, correct. But that is what I am asking. Sonam, the way you have done it, it can be done this way. But let's see question number 2. Should I keep doing this? Once for venture, then for angel, then for seed, then for equity. I'll have to repeat this 4 times. Yes or no? And it is just 4. It could have asked for 10. I will not keep doing it, right? What could be the better way? I am saying it type by group by and summarize. Yes, remember that? And now I'm creating a DS, which is summary on average funding. Average funding, and I'm calling it mean of raised amount USD. Great, done, done, I'm done. In one go, I have calculated the average funding of all the types. I just have to fill in the blank now. It asks angel, equity, seed, venture, whichever they are asking, I can answer that. The screen is not changing. Guys, did the screen freeze? It is working, huh? Okay, okay, fine. Okay, got the idea. So I will just go by and summarize and I will get all the calculations. Now, the question. It is not showing me average, it is showing me NA. We knew that it is going to happen because there are some missing values in raised amount column. There are some missing values. We saw that. And when there are NAs, mathematical functions don't just work straightforward. What is your idea should be done? What do you think? What should be done? Leave the code. Leave the code. I'm asking what should be done. Abhimanyu, you are saying, okay, wherever these rows are missing, you want to drop that data. Okay. Jyoti, okay, more or less same. Wherever you are saying face amount USD is NA, you want to drop that data. Okay. Monarch NA dot RM is equal to true. Okay, more or less the same. You people getting the idea? Jyoti and Abhimanyu. Why so much trouble? Why create master frame 1? It can simply be done by NA dot RM is equal to true, no? Array, that does the same thing, na? Just one extra parameter and fire. Missing value is removed from the calculation. And now I am getting the proper numbers. But the question is something else. It brings me to another question. It brings me to another question. See this. What I am doing, I am just trying to count how many missing values are there in this column in this amount USD. How many are there? This is almost 20,000. What you are doing, Abhimanyu and Jyoti and Mona and Ashutosh, if you are removing NS. What you are saying? Leave these 20,000 values and calculate the average of these types of funding. And on basis of that, I will base my decision and I will guide my client. Does it seem right? These are 20,000 values. If I say percentage wise, this data is some 1,15,000 rows. So percentage wise, it is some 17% of value. You are saying let's drop this 17% of data and okay, let's see the calculation. And now I have calculated these numbers and I will go ahead with them. What do you think if this 17% data is haywire? If it is available, what do you think? Couldn't it change these figures? Won't it change this all the data set which you have ended up? Won't there will be entirely different things happening if this happens? Think about it. Can it change to this level? Can it go to this level that earlier, for now, this is, for example, I'm saying, perhaps for now this is seeming suitable, but due to this data, if it becomes available, you see that, oh, it was that. This was the best choice. This was nowhere close. Now, coming to that one. Pay attention to the question first. First, get this right, what I'm explaining. You got the problem now? You will think of the solution. But first, get the problem right. You got the idea? Do you think it is happening right? This dot NA is the right thing to do? Doesn't seem like it. What else could be done? Ashutosh said it. Assign zero. Okay, do one thing. Let's wait for a while. Okay? And then we will discuss further. Fine. Take some time. Take some time. Think of it. Think of it and then reply. So it's okay. 11:01. 11:01 by my clock. So let's break and a break. How much? 10 minutes will do? Okay, 10 minutes would suffice actually. We resume at 11:12. Okay, great. See you. Just be back in time. Hi again. So everybody is back. Where's those who are back? Please ping me. Okay, fine. So tell me what is your idea of the said problem? The problem which we were talking about. We got the problem? We got some missing values in raised amount column. Whatever we do with them, it is going to impact these values, the averages. So there are a few options which you are talking about. So missing record or missing values. What to do with them? One was removed, another set replaced with zero. Somebody said, Abhimanyu says, replace it by mean. Okay. Okay. Yes, Abhimanyu, maybe there may be a little noise in the background. But I hope still I am clear enough. You are getting me. Yes? Despite a little noise. Right there? Is it okay? I hope you can understand when I am talking. So, very good. Then it is not much of a problem. Let's see what are these options and what are the complications. If I remove them, you have already seen. That means I am ignoring 17% of the data and I am going ahead with whatever is available. Replacing with zero. What does it imply? Think practically, no? What does it mean practically? Practically, it means what you are saying that in these some 20,000 rounds, there has been no funding. There has been zero funding. Does it seem right to you? That's what it means. And mind you, let me show you something. You see minimum value is zero. So when their amount is zero, so there is a round possible where minimum value is zero, where there has been zero funding. So it is not impossible that zero funding cannot happen. It can happen. But can it happen in 20,000 values? What do you say? It's, it can happen, but how many times? You see, if I don't assume any values, how many rounds there has been zero funding? Rarely, 400 times in 1 lakh rounds. If I replace it with zero, that means I am implying 20,000 rounds have been zero funding. Doesn't seem right. Third option, which is way popular by the way, everywhere on YouTube and Coursera, and you will find, uh, people are saying that when you don't have anything to do with missing value, replace it with central tendency. Central tendency means mean or median or mode. We'll talk about these things in detail. But replace it with mean value. Think about it. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Mean of raised amount USD, barring missing values. It is this much. You want to say that in those 20,000 rounds, your funding was this. Think about it. Those 20,000 rounds some belong to this funding, some belong to that funding, some belong to that funding. You are replacing all the rounds with this one single value. Does it seem right? Yes or no? This is what you mean. When you replace it with mean value, this is going to happen. Does it seem right? What is the essence here is, don't go with the popular notion that we replace it with mean, median, mode. Think about it. That's what I always say. So that is one takeaway for you guys today. Don't do anything just for the sake of doing it. Start thinking why these missing values are here. When you find out why they are here, you may be able to figure out what to do about it. Please remember, missing values is the one hell of a data anomaly, very notorious because it is not available. When it is not available, you can only rely on guesswork. You can only do something. It is not available. What you do, it will, that will be the thing, or whatever choice you make, that will mold the direction of your analysis uh, in subsequent stages. Every now and then, you will come across these kind of ambiguous decisions. You have to make a decision. You have to think of something, what to do, what to do, what to do. But before you think what to do, think about it, why to do. So you will, that will be the, if you find out answer to that question, maybe you will be able to do something. So try to find out why these missing values are there, and maybe it will help you in finding what to do about them now. Okay, So let's answer this question first before we do something about it. Why? What do you think? Why there are missing values? This is the data of investors funding some startups. Why there are missing values in amount of funding? What do you think? You remember this data is taken from crunchbase.com? Now tell me honestly, how many of you visited this website? It was written in your problem statement. Didn't it occur to you that let's go check out that website, perhaps we will find something? Tell me guys, yes or no? Did you visit that website? You didn't. I know. So tell me honestly, nobody is taking you to, guillotine for that. Nobody is holding you to account. Okay, fine. See, I'm bringing you to something important here. As I always say, when you deal with the data, start thinking about which industry this data belong to, what is the domain of this data, what are the trade secrets there, how they operate, what are the tips and tricks they follow. Okay, so if you can find it out, it is not very uncommon that there are missing records in raised amount for for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons, many a times investors don't want. Investors don't want to disclose. Why don't they want to disclose? There may be issue of taxation, there may be some legal issue, there may be a threat from competition. Yes or no? Might be something very internal to them. They don't want this to be disclosed, how much amount they have funded to some startup. What what is another reason? Another reason, the startups don't want to disclose. Why? Well, for the very similar reason. The taxation issue, the legal issue can be at the end of startups also, no? They can also run into trouble. There is competition issue. Yes or no? Getting the idea, getting the gist. That's why there is missing value. I am a startup. Perhaps say I am a startup, and say a big giant like Microsoft is funding me. Now, if Microsoft has funded me, I have become the ally of Microsoft. Now, Google will not talk to me, no? Yes or no? I have become their competition. So why take wrath of Google? Let's keep silent. So startups may be thinking that way. Startups, you will, I don't know if you will believe it or not. Many a time there is a very Indian reason to this also. You know what is that? And trust me, the startups do that also. Let's not disclose exactly how you know. नजर लग जाएगी. So there have been, yes, these things exist. Even today, these things exist, and people are superstitious and they are not very comfortable. So that is why these missing values are not very uncommon. And as you see in this data set, there are 20,000 missing values. So they are happening already. Now, now comes the question, what to do with that? So now, if you really ask me, what would be I doing? I can choose any option from all the choices available, provided I have a reasonable explanation to that. Just now, just 10-15 minutes earlier, when I questioned you what to do and why you are doing this, and you were fumbling, that should not happen. If I'm making a choice, I should have an explanation to that, so that if my client asks me that, okay, maybe you made this choice, but why? Why do you think it is the most reasonable one? There are missing values, but there are missing values. But I'm saying I made this choice because this. For example, here it says I am making a choice. If I tell you I am saying, okay, type wise group, I am creating type wise average. I am saying I will drop these missing values from my calculation and I will go ahead with this data, the numbers. So these are the averages which are by avoiding that missing data. Now my client asks me why you are doing this, why you are ignoring this 17% of data. I am saying that this 17% data was missing. I thought of replacing it with zero, didn't seem right. I thought of replacing it with mean, didn't seem right. I have no other way to find this data out. I visited their website, thecrunchbase.com, and I saw that really that this data, there is no way that I can avail this data. So rather than doing any guesswork and replacing these 17% values by some hypothetical calculation, I prefer that let's drop this data. At least I will remain with rock solid 83% of data, and I will base my decision on that. How does it sound, sir? Oh man, Anji, what do you say if I talk like that? If I make them understand my point of view like that, बात बन जाएगी कुछ? Will they understand? What do you think? Will it make sense to them? Okay. Okay. So you will every now and then with every data set you will run into these kind of situations when there will be ambiguous choices, and at the end of the day you will have to make one. So make the one for which you have a solid explanation. Okay, let's go. So I have answered table 2. Table 2 was average funding amount was this. Okay, these are answered. Question number 5 is considering that Spark Fund constant. Okay, their constraint was they need to invest in a certain kind of funding where their constraint is fulfilled. The constraint that the per round funding, the average funding should be $5 to $15 million, not beyond that, not less than that. So that's obvious now. I already have this data. I can find out I can find out which suits me well. How many zeros are in a million, by the way? Anybody made that mistake? Putting zeros in millions? Yes, because in filter you cannot write million, no? You have to put zeros. It also surprised me how many times you people made that zero mistake. Many times you people have done that. Okay. Thankfully, not you, Monarch. What I'm saying, I have created this type-wise average, which is this. I'm putting my filter. That filter What are the types of funding where average is it should be more than 5 million and at the same time it should be less than 15 million, right? Okay, maybe yes, maybe you can use it. We are talking in millions. I don't think $1 would matter, but okay, nice. You can do it by I am doing by filter from dplyr. You can do it by which utility or you can choose. All right, different in records. Which records, Jyoti? I'm not getting it. If you do it by which you mean, then it is different. Difference would be master data set may be different. I'm not talking about master data now. Pay attention, pay attention. I have created this type by average, which is group by summarize, and now I have this data frame. Which data frame? This. Not type by group, type by average. This one. So you see, I have got numbers now, and I just need to do what? I just need to see which funding is between has average between 5 to 15 million. So I can manually also check. I don't want to do it manually. I do have machine. I do have a super powerful tool like us. Why do these manual things? Okay, so that's why I'm filtering this data set. So here I see there is only one funding which qualifies as my favorite funding, which qualifies their constant 5 to 15 million. So it is 11 million average funding. Very fine. I don't have any other choice. Only one to go. So far so good. So by this we conclude table number 2. We have found out, realize that our analysis is going further. By now we have found out which type of funding this company should do. This Spark Fund should do. So they should only fund startups who are at venture stage, right? Half the analysis is done. Next part. What is the next part? What is the next part? Their constant is fulfilled. They had a constant that they cannot go into umpteen number of equity and debt kind of funding because they have huge amounts. They don't want to fund like seed and angel kind of startups who are not at a mature stage so far. So we have found out which type of funding they should look into. What's next? Table number 3. Next is which is country they should go and fund because their strategy is very simple. What is their strategy? Where everybody else is going, we will also go there. We will also fund there. Yes or no? That was the strategy. So we have to find out some favorite 3 countries, provided they are English speaking. So that is the idea now. Nice, fantastic. Let's go ahead. Now think about it. I don't know if you people, everybody of you people have, I have checked code of a few of you. I don't know about all, but how many of you have done this? When I already know that this type of funding we can do, I cannot do any other kind of funding. Remember data extraction. Remember that data extraction thing. Remember redundancy we talked about. Remember this, gentlemen. Remember this. What I mean to say is, now when you know that you can only do venture kind of funding, so all other data is useless now. Yes or no? Yeah, what do I do if there is a country, say Spain, where there is, most of the investors are going there and doing bulk of funding, but they are doing some other kind of funding, maybe private equity, maybe debt. What do I have to do with that? Maybe Spain is favorite of them. It cannot be favorite of mine because I have something else to take care. I cannot do that kind of funding. So now that data becomes useless for me. Yes or no? Getting the idea? That's what I'm doing here. Let's filter the data where funding round type is venture only. We will only talk about venture funding. That's the data I need. That's where I need to find out the countries. Yes or no? So let's go ahead. Again, I have used filters. Yes, Abhimanyu, you can use that which utility. All good. All the same. So now I have filtered venture data, which is useful for me. And now we will find out what is the favorite countries we should go to. Okay. How do we do that? How will you find out which country is suitable for you? How will you come to terms with that? Again, let's go by and summarize. Yes or no? Let's see. I'm coming on to that. Yes, Nikhil. I will mention that. Purposefully, I came to that. So I'm grouping this venture data by country codes, creating a country-wide group. And now let's summarize this group data on what? What should be in the summary? What is your idea? Number of investments. Okay. What about amount of investment? Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 I just wanted you to get thinking. I am doing what? I am summarizing on both the things. I can see multiple summaries. We have already known that. I am saying total of raised amount. I am saying total funding which has gone into a country code. Obviously, removing the missing values. Why remove missing values? I have already explained that. I have a reason to do that. So I'm not going there again. And also number of rounds, number of investments. So I am seeing both the summary and let's find out. So this is I'm calling country wise total. Let's see country wise total. I see this kind of data. And okay, let's remove this thing first. Okay, let's see. Tell me, one idea is number of rounds. Okay, if I do that, let's sort this data. You can easily arrange, you know how to arrange. I am just doing it by click. I am not coding for everything. So if I have arranged this data in descending order of number of funding, number of rounds, that's what they were asking, no? Spark fund where they were asking, what they were asking, wherever maximum investors are going, we will also go there. So these are the investors who are the, which is the country where maximum investors are going. First country is USA. I have to shortlist three. Check this out. So my first favorite is USA, but are they English speaking? Are they English speaking? So yes, you got the PDF document. You can find out which countries have English as official language. And yes, by common sense, we also know USA is English speaking. So one country sorted. Second is blank, which is the blank country. It means yeah, these fundings are those where country was not mentioned. I don't have country. So how I will tell my client which country to go? Drop. Cannot do anything. Then comes in the list GBR. GBR means GBR is yes. GBR stands for Great Britain. Eventually it means UK. But are they English speaking? Are they English speaking? Uh, of course they are English speaking. Actually, they are the only one who are English speaking. All others are manipulators. How many set of damages they are English speaking? So, of course. So, well, good news. I found my second favorite country, that is UK. What is the third favorite country? After GBR, next in line is CHN. CHN is CHN is China, right? Of course. But are they English speaking? Yeah, they are getting umpteen number of investors, but they are not English speaking, so not for not for my client. Who's next? Next is CAN, maximum number of investors. Okay, CN stands for 100, Canada, right? Canada, or as they say, how do they say? Canada. Uh, छोटा पंजाब, वड्डा लुधियाना. Okay, enough. But so Canada again, if I see this, Canada is English speaking. So I got my three favorite countries. If I am talking about what? If I'm talking about number of rounds, number of investors. What if I talk about total funding? What if I talk about total funding? Although I am not asked, my client has not asked me, but anyway, I am interested. I am interested to see that. Let's see that. now I have sorted this data in order of amount of funding. And what do we see? Well, first country was still US. So very fine. Sorted. So according to funding also, USA is the at top. Second country is China, CHN, but well, we already know there is hell lot of funding going on in China, and this funding is of venture type. So all things are settled, but so sad they are not English speaking, so I cannot guide my client to go there. Third place is to the companies who have not mentioned their countries. I cannot do anything about it. Then comes okay, GBRPN. So according to amount of funding also, UK grabs second position, and third bracket country I go to. Next is we the Indians, the proud Indians. Wow. But are we English speaking? Funding amount, if we rank, India is coming in the list, but are we English speaking? Really? In what sense we are English speaking? Even I am not English speaking. Every now and then I deviate to my Dilli wala tone. Okay, okay, don't listen to me. Listen to that PDF document. It says, yes, India has official language English. So we work officially in English language also. So that in that way, India can be considered English speaking. Now comes the fun part. Which should I tell my client that is top three? Top one, obviously USA. By all means, by all criteria, USA tops the list. By all criteria, UK is second in the list. Which should be my top third favorite country? Canada or India? Now this is a dispute. Remember, I told you you will keep facing ambiguous choices, and you will have to make a choice anyway. So start thinking that way. And can we do? We can do umpteen number of things here. No, first things I am saying, why should I use my brains? They have asked me about number of investments. I am telling them about number of investments, and I have told them USA, UK, Canada, and I will shut up. Another thing which I can do is I may tell them that okay, I was analyzing about number of rounds, but I have also analyzed just out of curiosity what is the funding. I see this according to number of investors, and I see this according to total amount funding. Now it's your choice. You think about which criteria you should choose. Do you really prefer number of investors, or is it that you eventually mean to say that by number of investors, your assumption was that total funding would be greater? So that is different. So maybe you can look into your choices. Getting the idea? So because that, we will fill this final sheet. So this was your all in all first assignment. Now this is, so we have not done anything new today. I have just walked you through what you have already done, but I hope it was useful. Doing analysis is one thing, but thinking in the right direction, uh, I think you needed that. You need this code, this piece of code. I'll share it to you. No problem. I send it across. Fair enough. Okay, very fine, Jasper. So let's wind it up for today. Actually, uh, plot. Okay, 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 okay. ओके, सारे काम मैं करूँगा क्या? तो तुम भी कुछ करोगे? ग्राफ दिखा दे रहा हूँ. I will show you the graph. You will find it out. I will not give you the code directly, but how the PPT could have gone, I'm showing you that. If I were to explain, I will create this kind of graph, and I will explain that this is the number of funding rounds happening. In various funding times, these are the number of rounds which have happened. So as we see, in venture, most of the investors are doing venture type of funding. So if your idea is to go along what most of the people are doing, venture seems like a good choice. Seed is also there, which is second favorite, and then there is undisclosed kind of funding. So I think so. These are some favorite funding which you should be looking into because you want to go where most of other people are going. So these are the number of rounds versus type of funding. So our favorite fundings are debt, seed, and venture. Maybe angel you can consider. Others are just nitty-gritty help. Very less funding, very less investors are going for these kind of funding. So we will not, you should not choose them as option. Sorted. Let's say something else because you have constraint on type of funding. So let's see which type of funding will fall into your criteria. So, ma'am, what I could find out is your criteria is between 5 to 15 million. That average funding can only be 5 to 15 million. As I see, either average funding are falling below or they are surpassing. Either they are falling below or they are surpassing and surpassing to a huge extent. So these types of funding will not be suitable for you. I see venture is a funding whose average lies between your critical range. As it happens, I showed you just in a previous slide, venture is favorite for investors too. Most of the funding rounds are happening in venture funding. So seems like a good choice. It fits your criteria of 5 to 15 million the USD average funding, and also it is favorite of investors. Very fine. So once you have shortlisted venture, I filtered the venture data because other fundings are useless for us. They are not helping. And then I pressed top 10 countries where investors are going. Now there could be two criteria where investors are going. It could be on the basis of funding amount. It could be on the basis of number of investments. Well, my idea is, man, you should be more concerned about the amount a country is bagging. See, higher number of investors does not mean higher number of investment, higher amount of investment. So, in my opinion, you should go for the country where amount is who are betting more amount, where higher amount is going in. Investors are trusting these countries with higher amount. So it doesn't matter how many rounds of funding have happened. So at least that has been my criteria for this uh, this slide. Rest we can talk about. This slide shows that USA is the country where highest amount of funding is going. Might be here you people realize in the code we saw that USA is the rank one and then there's some rank two and rank three. But now by visualization you realize it is rank one and rank one to what extent? I think it is top 10 countries put together. It seems like that. Yes or no? That's visualization. Okay. So USA seems to be a favorite country for venture type of funding. Now second is China, but you will not like it because they are not English speaking. Then there are companies who have not declared their country name, so we cannot do anything about it. After that there is GBR, that is Great Britain, UK, and then there is India. So what I opine is this is US first and second and third. These seem to be the top three countries for which you asked me to analyze. So that's all from my side. See you, man. Thank you very much for your 10 minutes of time. How does it sound to you, Vicky? Congratulations. Analytics project delivered. Good question. What is good question? How to write interval names vertically? Go figure it out. Go figure it out. Google, Stack Overflow, Stats Exchange. There is another platform, Stats Exchange. You can go to that also. So see, understand the intention behind it. It may sound rude to, uh, I don't want to sound rude, but even it happens, even then it happens. Many times you people feel it like that. It is not to be rude with you. Throughout my sessions, my intention would be to make you independent, independent of me, independent of Immaticus for that matter. As soon, as sooner the better. Rather than you keep looking towards me to give you a solution, this and that, rather than that, I would like you to point in the direction where you can find your answers by yourself. You guys remember the feeling when you struggled to ride a bicycle and finally one day it happened. It just happened. You struggled for hours, for days, for months, and one day it just happens. Anybody swimmer here? Anybody who knows swimming? I know swimming. Only swimmers can relate to it, which I'm what I'm going to say. Those who know swimming, they will agree to me. It is the best feeling in the world. You are struggling every day. You are gulping down water and drowning every day, and you know, chap, pat, and nothing happening. And one day it happens. It just happens. And once it happens, then there is nothing stopping you. It is just about the stamina now. You just have to gain stamina. Otherwise, once you know swimming, you know swimming. Nobody can take that back. Well, something similar is going to happen here. Trust me, it is going to happen. You may sometimes you will be confused. You may sometimes you will be where to look and where to learn and what will happen. But one day it will happen. One day it will happen. You will know what to do, and that's it. Now it doesn't matter whether the tool is R or Python or what. Once it happens, you will know how to figure it out. Okay, guys. Okay, well, thanks, everyone. Glad to know that you feel like it. Very well. Thanks, guys. So, bye bye for today. Let's call it a day today. So, signing off. Bye and take care. And tomorrow we'll continue with something new. For today, I'll send you the code so you can run it. Okay, I'll send you the visualization code also. So, just to give you a heads up. Okay, I'll send you the visualization code also. So, maybe you can try that. Okay, guys. Very welcome, everybody. Bye bye.